When we found out that we were pregnant with number 3, we were ecstatic. And at 30 weeks, they said, we don't believe that she will survive. The only thing that would make a difference now would be a miracle. We'd picked this spot on the property underneath a tree that overlooked the dam and the house, and it was just a beautiful, peaceful spot. We were planning on putting a bench seat there and actually having a plaque or something on the bench seat in memory of her.
And the theme of her memorial plaque was around butterflies, you know, the chrysalis, the coming into new life. And we actually enlisted a local stonemason who was going to do that for us.
So he said, well, who's died? What's the story behind this? And you know, at that stage I was about 7 months pregnant, and I just held my tummy and just looked down and burst into tears.
And we actually went through and planned a service and venue for, celebrating her life in irony, I remember taking Kylie down to the hospital for delivery, and she said, this is the hardest day of my life. To know that this child who is alive in me now
and safe,
as soon as she's born, she's no longer going to be alive. Then all of a sudden Susannah coughed.
Well, she took a big gasp.
And took a gasp.
A big gasp, and then
just
cried.
The one,
And every person in that room dissolved into tears because they did not expect that to be possible.
Totally unexpected, yeah. So everyone quickly took their battle stations and changed gears and
for about 3/4 of an hour she was breathing on her own, but weakly. So they said they will need to ventilate her just to give her the strength to keep going for now. And by day 5, they said, well, she's breathing enough, the machine hasn't even kicked in. She's just doing it on her own. So they took her off of ventilation at day 5. And
about the time that her funeral was planned
to be, they started talking about, when you take her home.
We hadn't considered that. That had been gone from our mind a couple of months earlier. It wasn't an option. She's obviously going to need a lot of support, but that she could negotiate well enough with her hearing and her sight. She might not be able to read a book, but to be able to get around a known environment that she can function independently, she have that.
And Susannah absolutely loves the outdoors. She loves being outside, she loves the breeze in her face.
She certainly experiences the simple pleasures. It brings us back to enjoying just the simple pleasures.
You know, a lot of people have asked us, how did you struggle with that why question? And we never have. It's never been a question that was really crossed our minds.
I guess our perspective is that we only have our idea of the one patch on the patchwork quilt, but God has a perspective that involves the whole quilt, front and back, and He knows how the whole thing is intertwined, and His plan's big enough and He's big enough to cope with it. If you would have told us 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, that this is something we're going to have to walk through and we'll come out of it as stronger trusting God as what we did going in, wouldn't have thought we could have coped with it. But you do, because God gives you strength only day by day. You don't have the strength for 2 days' time, you have the strength for today.